I'm here with up and coming pro boxer Devin Young, a 147-pound prospect. Devin, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good today. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. I know I didn't. My bad. I'm from Believe in Media, of course, Mike Patterson, as y'all know. But I mean, Devin, I'm gonna get right straight into things. I mean, how did you even get into boxing in the first place? Was it your granddad?
No, my brother he used to box. His name Dewan. He used to box when he was I think he was like 14 or 13, like somewhere around that age. And like I was around like 8 years old, and I used to be going up to the gym with him. He was boxing with my granddad though at the time. My granddad Sappho at the time, but he had got shot. He's still alive and stuff like that, so y'all don't gotta worry about that. But he had got shot, and so like when I used to just be up there, when I used to just be playing around, boxing and stuff. But when he got shot, I basically like just started taking it more serious, and I just fell in love with it after that.
Fell over there, man.
Yeah,
So I mean, so eight. You
yeah.
said
I was
eight.
8, and my little sister she was boxing with me too, and she
Oh,
was like 7.
yeah.
Like,
Does she still
yeah,
box now?
no, she don't box no more, but she was ranked number 1 in the women's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she had won the women's nationals 2 times in a row.
I mean, so starting at eight, when did you know like man, I could do something with this? When did that flip? When did that switch flip? Kind of.
I feel like it was like just like I knew I liked it a lot because I was sparring like 2 weeks into it, like, and I was like sparring the good people
Oh,
two
that's
weeks
quick.
into it.
Yeah, that's
So,
quick.
and my granddad, he was always on my back
Yeah,
about it. Like when I first really started, he's like, "Man, you're not playing. You don't really want to do it." And I used to be like, "Well, I am playing, but like I kind of do like it." So I feel like I really like just fell right into it, basically.
really.
Yeah,
Wow. I mean, so how? I mean, talk to me your relation with Lynn. I mean, I'm understanding Goodwin Promotions is hosting you guys' upcoming fight card. I mean,
right.
how did you meet Lynn?
Um, so like I said, my granddad he coached up here with Ali. So I met Lynn at the end of 2021. That's when I started boxing here. The end of 2021. Like I had a long layoff for probably like 4 or 5 years, and my granddad Safo and Ali they took me right in and like basically just started letting me box here. And as I was boxing here, I met Lynn, and he just became like a big brother to me instead of like a coach. So that's how that happened.
I mean, your first pro fight. I mean, talk to me what. I mean, I know the excitement is coming. Your first pro fight. Talk to me about just everything leading up to your decision to, I mean, eventually turn pro.
I just felt like I put so much time and I made so many promises to like my family and stuff like that. So I feel like if I didn't do it, I was letting a lot of people down, including myself. So it was it was like more of like I couldn't like I let my pride get in on it a lot.
I mean, understanding. I mean, after what you just said about your brother, the adversity he faced outside
Right.
the ring, I'm understanding you went through similar things. I mean, did that? How did that affect your outlook on boxing? Did it like make you say, "Man, this second chance, I got to take things seriously"? Did it affect it at all? Like, how did that come into play?
When I had my little incident with like being shot and stuff like that, I basically like the fact that the bullets all went in and out, and I was able to be back in the gym literally a week later. I feel like God was giving me a test to see is this what you really want, and I basically showed it was showing like this is what I want. I was back in the ring sparring everything literally a week later, and so
A week later.
a week later,
How was
yeah,
it so fast? How did you come back so fast?
they said it was because they said it was like my body was so healthy, so like I was able to recover faster than like a regular person would. That's what the doctors had told me. Like they was like you have a healthy like shape, and they was like I feel like you will be able to recover from this faster than anybody. So I took advantage of that. Like I know a lot of people that have been shot and they like basically turned into couch potatoes. Like basically didn't want to move and get up. Like literally the next day when I got shot, I was up trying to walk on my leg,
Yeah.
like moving around. My mom and them telling me like, "No, lay down." No. I'm like, "No, I I can't turn into one of the people like that listen to what like somebody will tell them like when the doctor say you can't do this. No, I'm gonna still try just to like just to
See for
keep
myself.
myself going.
Yeah.
So basically, that's how that is.
I mean, so you started early, but it doesn't. I mean, from what you said, it doesn't sound like at least boxing was your first. Was boxing always your first option, or like did you always know like? This
I
what it was
used
gonna be?
I used to box. I used to run track. I did a little bit of football. So like I was dipping and dabbing in all different sports, but I knew this was home for real because like the talent was just there so easy. So I just knew like this where I needed to be at.
So you think it's something in your blood a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like it was just I needed to be here
So
in boxing.
so your granddad, you said you watched him coach your brother,
Yeah.
and so I mean, just talk to me about you guys' relationship a little bit. I mean, how? I mean, just
Um, Me and my granddad relationship, we got a close relationship, but like when I was boxing, when I was boxing with him, he had a lot of other pros and stuff. So like most of his focus was like towards the pros, but he still was giving us time. But we already knew like most of the focus had to go towards the pros because they got more important stuff to do. But I had moved from well, we were living on 105, and it kind of was far away from the gym. So I started boxing at a different gym called Corey's with my coach Dave, and that's basically like how we parted ways from my granddad. But now we back. So
back at it, right back at it.
mhm,
I mean, I'm glad you kind of touched on like the pro experience that you've got. I don't want to say gotten, but you've been around pros.
right.
I mean, since a young age, apparently. I mean, when you look at the Cleveland like combat sports scene, boxing specifically, how do you take it in? Because I mean, from my understanding, there's a lot of good fighters in Cleveland that nobody knows about. I feel like
And that's why I feel like I need to put my foot in the door with the boxing stuff because I know I'm a great fighter as well, and I know like some of the fighters that are pro right now, like we were all in the same boat once upon a time. They just took advantage of it better than I did. So I know like if they could do it, I can do it too.
so seeing people like Tyler Johnson, Abdul Mason, Morel McCain just be from here, like you said, the same place you're from, and just doing great things. Eventually, what you plan to do, that just is that like kind of
Yeah,
add fuel to
it
the
like put a
fire.
spark on it. Yeah, it like made me turn up a little bit more. I'm watching all my friends and close people like that I grew up with boxing take off with it, so I knew it was a chance I can do it too.
I mean, specifically, how does it feel to have, such an accomplished guy like Tiger Johnson in your corner rooting for you?
It's actually a good feeling because I know like he genuinely there for me. It's not like he doing it just cause yeah Dev got a name he coming up too. No, he genuinely there for me. Me and Tiger used to be sparring partners growing up.
Really?
Yeah, me, Tiger, and Dante, we always be sparring
Wow.
partners growing up. So I know like we more of brothers than friends for real. Like we really got a lot of years behind each other, knowing each other and stuff.
Wow. So you said you, Tiger, and
Yeah,
Dante Benjamin were
yeah,
sparring partners? Wow. I
we
mean,
all were
like how,
sparring
how
partners.
long ago? Like,
It was years ago
wow.
because me and Dante were years ago
Okay.
because he like got so big,
Right.
like
He is a
he
big
went
dude.
up
He's
in weight and got tall and
right.
stuff like that. So it kind of was me and him had canceled out faster, but me and Tiger was still like touching bases here and there on the sparring side. But I have sparred Dante a couple times recently, and he got the power and
Right.
stuff like that. Yeah, because he's bigger.
Yeah, he's big.
But
He's a big
yeah,
dude. He's a big dude.
we all used to be sparring partners.
Right. Your amateur career. Let's talk about that a little bit. About how many fights have you fought? Just if you have an estimate, if you don't have an exact number.
Like over 100.
Over 100, a lot of
Yeah.
fights. So what lessons have you taken from your amateur career that you look to? Start that you hope translate into your pro boxing career. As it starts soon.
Well, I'm going to talk about the stuff that I know I got to cancel out from the amateur career first. I know I have to think more instead of just throwing because I know more shots can hurt and can be more effective in a pros because we don't have headgear and we have lighter gloves. So I know like I can't just go in there and just be as aggressive. I know I have to think more. But but on the skills that I know can transfer over to the pro side from amateur is that basically like you can still go in with the aggressive mindset. Just be mindful of that you can get hurt though, along like being aggressive. So I feel like you can still be aggressive. Just you got to just put more thought into how you're gonna be able to like be aggressive and not be hurt at the same time. Like basically, how can you put the press on but not get caught with something? So basically, like work on your defense and offense a little more.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
Just like you said, you gotta channel yourself a little more with that
right.
head without headgear on, lighter gloves. Yeah,
Lighter
it could
gloves
go
and
in
stuff.
hard.
Yeah.
When did you get? When did you get behind that barrier of like? I mean, you started early, so I feel like it's way easier. But did you early, like at an early age, get behind that barrier of like I don't know what to call it. I guess being scared of being punched or getting hit.
I really don't think I was ever scared
You
of
really?
being punched. Like you can ask my granddad. I don't think I was ever scared of being punched. I done fought bigger
Right.
bigger people. I done sparred bigger people. I done like I don't think I ever was scared of being punched. It's like I was scared of how would the punch like how would it hurt me? Like
Yeah.
how would it like but I never was like scared to go in there and be like because I know you gotta get hit to be in this sport. So I don't think I really was ever really scared of being hit.
So I mean, 147. So have most or all of your fights been at 147? Do you kind of go up and down?
I actually been fighting at 147 since I was 18. So most of my adult fights have been at 147, 147 to 156. Like I never was really fighting anything above that, above 156. So basically 147. But I'm thinking about going down to 140 for my next pro fight because the weight cut was kind of too easy for this fight. So I know I can get down lower than 147, and I think I would be more effective at 140.
How exactly so? Like what? How exactly so?
I feel like I'm gonna be way stronger, kind of bigger, cause like my build, I have a stocky build, so I feel like I can bring a lot of power down to 140 from coming from 147 to 156 at that, anyways.
Talking about your weight cut, I mean, it sounds like it's going good. How has camp been going overall as you prepare for your upcoming fight?
It been good. I've been going hard every day. I only give myself one rest day, and barely even that. Um, I only rest on Sundays, and I just started doing that like 2 weeks ago because my legs kind of was hurt. So I'm
Right.
like, let me give myself just one day break, a 1 day break.
You need a recovery.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a recovery day, rehydration day. But other than that, it been real good to me.
Yeah. I mean, how what can people expect to see from you? I mean, not only tomorrow, not only next month, but I mean in the future, your third fight, fourth fight, fifth fight, and so on.
Always going to be action packed. I'm gonna put on a show every chance I get. That's just me. Like I'm an entertainer. Like I know I bring a lot of like amusement to the sport of boxing because I got a lot of power. I'm slick and I'm fast, so it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be
It's gonna
fun.
be fun to watch for
Fun to
sure.
watch. You heard him. He's fun to watch. Slick, power, fast. Who don't like that?
For real.
I mean, we touched on your weight class a little bit. I just kind of want to touch on it a little bit more. So, I mean, 147. When you look at pro boxers on 147 that we see on TV, like who are like, what do you think about? What do you make of that division?
147 got a lot of good fighters in it. Like a lot,
Yeah,
like Bud,
yeah,
Boost,
yeah.
like fighters like that. Them two great fighters at 147 actually, and I feel like if I perfect my craft all the way, I will have a style like a mixture of both of them because I have power and like I told you, I'm slick like Boost and I'm fast. So if I perfect the craft all the way down, I know it's gonna turn over and be great.
You keep talking about this power and your speed. I mean, what's the biggest thing you bring to the table? What do you think?
What's the biggest thing I bring? That punch
That
power.
power.
Yeah,
You said you putting
the
guys
punch
down.
power.
You hurting
Yeah.
people. Hurting people. I mean, before we come to a close, I mean, what when you look at just your boxing career overall, how you want to go? What's like your end goal? I guess I want to ask you, like just your overall end goal. How do you want to be remembered? Your overall legacy.
I want to be a world champion. I want to be able to provide for my family. Like that. Them was my main goals growing up. This whole like doing this whole boxing thing. Be able to provide for my family. Just be world champion one day. And that's my legacy right there. Other than that, people can say what they want to say after that about me. I know what I want out of the sport.
That's all that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, Devin, it was great talking to you, man. Great meeting you. I mean,
Nice
thanks
meeting
for
you
your
too.
time. I mean, good luck on your next fight. You heard
Thank
him.
you.
I mean,
Thank you.
tell him where it's at. Tell him when it's.
The fight will be at Garfield High School, August 17th. Fights start at doors open up at 4 p.m. The fights start at 5 p.m. It's a pro am show, so the amateur fights will start at 5 p.m. Pro fights will start around like 7 o'clock. Just be there. Tickets are on sale. We have them on hand, and you can pay at the door.
You heard them. You can pay at the door. I mean, slick, quick boxing, power punching. I mean, IQ, all of it. I mean, like I said, Devin, good luck, man. Thank you.
Thank you.